Oh, what is up, guys, and welcome to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. May the 4th be with you. This is a national holiday for a lot of us, and for those of you that it isn't, you don't know what you're missing out on. I'm doing a roster review. I haven't done nearly as many as I should lately, so I'm getting into that, and I am going to kind of break it down with what I'm going to talk about. By the way, if you have Darth Revan, especially if you have Darth Malak, do not ask me to do a roster review on you. Please, because if you have Darth Revan, guys, you're at the top of the game. Him and Malak are the hardest characters to achieve. If you have him, doing a roster review is not going to not only is it not going to help you because you know what you're doing, it's also not going to help other people that are watching as well, because other people can use this as advice also. So again, if you have Darth Revan, even if you've sent me a request for a roster review, I'm not going to do it on you just because you're at the pinnacle already, guys. You know, it's just not worth it. But we are going to do a roster review today on Blackace26, and he has a very, very interesting roster. I have actually looked at it big time, wrote quite a few notes down, and we're going to get into it. Now, the thing that I have to remember is I have 4.3 million whatever galactic power. I don't remember what it's like to be at 1.8 million galactic power. So when I say, oh my gosh, you don't have this character, what are you doing? It's like, oh, wait a second, I didn't have that character either when I was at that time in the game. Now, this is somewhat of a promotion, somewhat not. I'm going to state this, guys. If you love this game as much as I do, which literally this takes up a lot of my time, but on purpose, it's because I love it. When I'm doing free time, when I have free time, which lately has been more than I would like, I'm on the game. So going in and spending $5 every few days to get 600 extra crystals is not a bad thing, because it's going to help you progress in the game so much more. If you like this the game, and then you can budget that, I think it's tremendously going to help you, because it's going to be able to help you get those extra shards you need for those extra characters. So first, before I go over the whole roster, I'm going to talk about the most important things that he needs to do, Blackace, that you need to do here, so we can get right to the point. First character you need to be farming that you don't have farm, and I'm talking about helping you get farther in the game in the future. I'm talking about future metas, because obviously Darth Revan is the meta right now, and yes, you want to eventually get him, but you want to be a step ahead of everybody else and prepare for what's to come next, and Clone Wars content is definitely there. And when we go to your Jedi, you do not have Jedi Knight Anakin or Anakin Skywalker. You don't have him at all. Number one priority for you, I have written down, farm Anakin Skywalker. His rework is amazing. I know you don't have Padme, but that's okay. You have Ahsoka. You have General Kenobi. That trio is going to be amazing. So please, please, please farm him. He's going to be a great character. He's much better the way it is, especially when you eventually get Padme. He's going to be great for the new territory battles this summer, which I think are going to expand the game tremendously. That is your number one priority right now. Most people will argue saying, well, you should be, and this is just talking about farming characters. You should be farming for Darth Revan. Well, his event isn't going to come for another 3-4 months probably. Farm for Jedi Knight Anakin, please. I keep calling him Jedi Knight Anakin. It might be just Anakin Skywalker. Farm him. First priority. Number 2, next character you should be farming here on your list, Mother Talzin. It's going to take your Night Sisters to the next level. You have Asajj at 7 stars. You have Asajj, Daka. Acolyte would be better than Initiate, but if you have Zombie in this lineup anywhere, with Mother Talzin, you're going to have a solid team that's going to help you throughout every aspect of the game. Mother Talzin should be the next character on your list to farm. I understand resource management and actually where you want to go with the game. A lot of the game is about having fun. And if you want to farm these characters because you like them in the, canon, if you like them in the movies, go ahead, that's great. But to help you progress in the game, Anakin first character to farm, Mother Talzin second character to farm, and then the next character you really need to be focusing on, which some could argue for first, to get the first character to be focusing on, is getting Jedi training Rey, because she is great on offense and in all aspects of the game, especially phase 1 of the heroic Sith raid, where The higher you place in the Heroic Sith Raid, the better gear you're going to get. That gear, you're going to be able to gear up more characters and stuff like that. So if I'm talking about 3 characters you need to be farming right now, I'm talking about prioritizing these characters to get ahead of the game. Please have it be Anakin Skywalker, Mother Talzin, and Jedi Training Rey. Yes, I'm going to go over to the whole roster, but I just wanted to put out the main points first for you. The next Zetas that you should be doing, okay? Finishing up Jedi Knight Revan, putting the 2 Zetas on him. So the next 2 Zetas you have available should go on Direct Focus and Hero, because you have a full Jedi Knight Revan squad. I'm going to look at the mods in a little bit here on your arena team. That's how to determine where you're at. That's where the next Zetas should be focused, okay? So your first group of Zetas should be going on Jedi Knight Revan. After Jedi Knight Revan, the next character that should be getting Zetas, in my humble opinion, is easily R2-D2. Why? Again, Clone Wars rework, and because his Zetas affect, okay, Droid, Galactic Republic, Rebel, and Resistance. Those are 4 factions that his Zetas are going to affect. That's number crunch specifically. Combat analysis, when you get that Zeted, any light side ally that scores a critical hit is going to dispel itself. It's absolutely amazing, and it's going to be good for the entirety of the game, in my opinion. Number crunch, I've made videos on how to mod R2 to spread stats, because when he's going to give 10% of certain stats to the rest of the team, get R2 Zeta so you can throw him in with a new Galactic Republic team once you get Jedi Knight Anakin, who's not that hard of a farm either. That's why I'm saying to go after it. You know, be a few steps ahead. Everybody wants to constantly farm for the current meta. Well, the current meta isn't going to come around. The characters aren't going to come around again for another 3-4 months if you don't have Darth Revan. Yeah, you can farm up Darkside Bastila and whatnot, but she's not going to be useful if you don't have Darth Revan. So farm a few steps ahead is what I'm saying. So R2 should be your second character you should Zeta. For those of you that disagree with me, please put comments in the comment section on where he should go as well. And then in my opinion, your third Zeta should go on another team that's going to help you. This one's probably a little bit more controversial. Again, maybe you want to put a Zeta on, not on Anakin because you don't have Padme. Maybe you want to put it on Kenobi or Ahsoka. Jedi Training Rey, definitely, if you get her, put her, Zeta her leadership ability. But for characters you have, I would say Han Solo shoots first should be your third Zeta here. Very, very good ability. Going to really, really help max out your damage. Big time. He's a great character. You have CLS, which is great. So far, the top 3 characters you should be farming are I say Jedi Anakin. Anakin Skywalker, Mother Talzin, Jedi Training Rey. Your Zeta priority should be finishing up Revan, then putting it on R2 and Raid Han. Now, though that's the main priorities you should be looking at. With that, let's look at mods now to see what you're doing, how you're doing with your mods. Okay, so 16 speed here. I'm just looking at your arena characters. That's what's important, because if you know what you're doing, you know you need to have speed on Jedi Knight Revan, which is going to help you. And you have a speed set, and you have a health set, which is just fine. You have 16 speed in the, and again, speed is the dominant secondary in the game. That's what it comes down to. 16 speed in the square, you have 7 speed, could be better, but if that's your highest mod, that's fine. Do not be worried about matching these this set together. As long as you have the speed set, that's fine. If you have to put a crit chance and an offense mod here, if they have better secondary speed stats, and you don't finish off with this health bonus, don't worry about it. 7 speed could be better. In the circle, we have 11 speed, not bad. Again, you're at 1.8 million galactic power. You're still learning, and again, some of these mods can be sliced, which is different for you guys. I didn't have the capability to slice mods when the game first started. 10 speed in the secondary stat of the cross. Again, I would like that to be higher, but again, with where you're at, decent. Probably if you could make this an offensive, the primary stat, make that offensive possible, but again, with where you're at. We have protection with 8 speed in the secondary. Put a crit damage mod here. Put an offense mod here. Please make this more offensive so he can deal more damage and get more speed if possible. And then you have a speed secondary. So his speed overall is 244. Not bad for where you're at. I'd like it to be higher. Just being honest, I know a lot of you low GP people are going to say, well, those are great mods compared to what I have. I'm just saying, to get where you want to get, the speed needs to be better on the secondaries. Let's now take a look at, when this loads back here, Bastila, which is great. You have the Zeta on her. That's her leadership Zeta. It means nothing right now with Jedi Knight Revan lead, but it does help you in the game overall when you can split teams up. Let's see. I'm going to look at her speed right now. 172, not very high. You have some potency. There's no speed there. 8 speed there. 3 speed there. 8 speed there. 3 speed there. Health. You kind of hodgepodged right here with Bastila. Choose a set. Okay? Because these 2 speed mods aren't helping you because it's not going to complete the set. And I know if they have good speed, like I said, that if that's the best speed mods you have, great. But get a full set on her. Get a full potency set on her since she has no potency. If maybe you want to get a stun every once in a while. If you want to make her tankier, put a full health set on her with some decent speed. Just, kind of just pick and choose with where you're going to go there. If this is strictly to get her at a higher speed, I understand. But you're going to be farming mods the next week. Focus on getting speed mods, obviously, but focus on farming a good health set for Bastila. Be farming health the next 7 days and try to get some good speed on those health mods and give her a full health set or a full potency set or more speed mods wherever you want to go. Just focus on getting Bastila good mods the next 7 days and see where that takes you. Next, Grandmaster Yoda, very important to mod correctly. You have an offensive set, that's the most important thing. Let's look at his stats here. He has a 195 speed. You have 10 speed in the primary there, 10 speed in the primary there, 8 speed in the primary there, 10 speed in the primary here. Again, I understand if this was speed, I would really like this primary stat to be offense if possible. I do have a how to mod video on Grandmaster Yoda. You can check that out. Just go to the how to mod series. Oh, this mod is not good at all. This triangle mod that has a primary stat of just protection with no speed. No. Get some speed and get me offense. Grandmaster Yoda's job is to deal damage, okay? And he can deal a lot of it, but he can't deal damage when he doesn't have any offensive statistics. Find a way to get this as an offensive mod. I'd rather have better offensive mods on Grandmaster Yoda than Jedi Knight Revan. He's more set for speed. Grandmaster Yoda is the damage dealer of the team. Get as much offense as you can on him as possible. And see, you have offense in the primary here of the arrow, which is fine, but you also need to get him at least above 200 for where you're at for speed. So try to find an offensive, unless you have ridiculous speeds on your offensive mod set like I do, get us speed primary in the arrow and then get offense primaries in the triangle and the cross. That's going to help you big time. So be farming. I take back with what I said about Bastila. Farm offensive mod sets right now, most importantly for Grandmaster Yoda. That is your focus. Getting Grandmaster Yoda a lot of damage because it's going to help you in all areas of the game. Farm offensive mods for the next week. The next 7 days, be farming offensive mods, please and thank you, and make sure you get some good speed in those as well. That is your number one priority. I take back what I said with Bastila. You have Jolie as well. Jolie, as long as you have some health on him, you have a speed. I can see with what you're doing here. A speed of 130. Again, the speed isn't very good. What I'm wondering here is with your speed sets, you're getting that bonus speed, but you have no speed in the secondaries. So it's really not helping you. You have him at a speed of 130, which is not very good. Put a full defense set on him if you have to, and have it lower than 130. If your speed's going to be that low the way it is, let's put it this way. If he's going to be below 180 speed, don't worry about a speed set. Make him more survivable. Put a full health set, pull a full defensive set on him, maybe have some better speed secondaries the way it is, because this just really isn't helping you. You're getting that bonus, the bonus from the 4 speed mods, but it's not doing anything for you. So take these off, put a full health set on, a full defense set on for Jolie, please, and that'll help you as well. You have the Zeta, which is extremely important. You have the characters. It's your mods that are keeping you from first place, getting into first place with where you're at. And again, the last How to Mod video I did, I got some criticism for saying that, well, you know, those are decent mods for where you're at with 1.8 million galactic power. Again, I'm telling you where you should be, not where you are now. So the speed set on him, unless there's good speed in the secondaries, complete waste. Make him more survivable, please. And then we will take a look at Ezra, who this really should be General Kenobi. In my opinion, it should be General Kenobi. I love you have the Zeta. Oh, I'm sorry, I looked at the wrong one. You don't have the Zeta. Ezra does a lot of damage, which is great. Let's see his speed. His speed is at 215. Let's take a look at the mods. 5 speeds and an offense there. Crit damage there. Speed there. Offense there. Speed there. You know what? Put this set on Grandmaster Yoda. Put Ezra's set on Grandmaster Yoda. I know it's not an offensive set, but it's going to get him to do more damage. It's going to give him more speed. So take these mods off of Ezra. Put them on Grandmaster Yoda for now. Okay? You're going to get that crit chance boost and a decent speed boost. And then put some random mods on Ezra. Don't use him in Arena, even though you love him like I do. And throw in General Kenobi. Do that. It's going to help you tremendously. But these are decent stats. You have 5 speed in the secondary with an offense primary. Crit damage primary. Offense is preferred, but this is not bad at all. And you have speed here as well. And you have a speed set, like I said. So please, take this set off of Ezra. Put it on Grandmaster Yoda. It's going to help you tremendously. And throw General Kenobi into the lineup instead. Get those other 2 Zetas on Jedi Knight Revan, and you're good to go. So your mods, your mods aren't very good. But for where you're at, they can get better. You know, use my How to Mod series. It'll help you tremendously. But I guarantee you're going to get better right now by putting Ezra's mod set on Grandmaster Yoda. And then farming for Jolie, or now if you need better mods on General Kenobi, which we'll look at in a little bit, that's fine. You're able to get up to 13th. I think I saw this rank a little higher a little bit ago. This is great in ships. You have the Han's Millennium Falcon, which is great. The Houndstooth, which is great. I know the way that these ships are how I have them favorited. So if you have the Phantom, the Ghost, which you do, the Falcon and the Houndstooth, if you have those 2 ships, you're good to go. Okay? And you have Vader, Cad Bane's ship, which is not bad at all. Slave 1, which is not bad. Man, I'm very, very well done with ships. And I'm telling you, for the future, probably start farming Ahsoka Tano's Jedi Starfighter, Umbaran Starfighter. We had a Mace Windu meta for a very small amount of time that I didn't even use for his leadership ability. Maybe start farming some of these Galactic Republic ships and some of the Geonosian ships again, or maybe they're going to add more ships. Plo Koon's Jedi Starfighter, you have that or be farming that as well, because that's going to be helpful. But where you're at right now, very well done with ships. I mean, you have Kylo Ren too. I can see why you place high, and I'm going to tell you, you'd be able to place just this high in Arena with better modding, and the next 2 Zetas on Darth Revan. I promise you that. So you're really, really close. You're very close. So now let's go through, and I'm going to quickly look at the rest of the inventory, because I talked about mods. I talked about the 3 characters you should be working on, the Zetas, and so we'll quickly go through the rest. Your bounty hunters, I looked at these. Awesome job. You even have Django at 7 stars. Nice job. You have 4 bounty hunters that are at Gear 12 with Gear 12 pieces. You have a Zeta on Bossk. I'm going to guess that you're a bounty hunter lover, and that's great. If you are... unless you did this just to get Chewie, which you maybe did because you love Chewie, but a lot of people that love certain characters are going to farm them in the game, and you have great bounty hunters. For 1.8 million GP, great job of the bounty hunters. Clone troopers, you have not focused on them at all, which is okay because they haven't been needed or good. I've started to focus on them. Maybe throw a few resources into them now and again to get ready for this summer, the Geonosian territory battles if you want. Not a priority, but I'm saying Galactic Republic characters and Separatist characters are going to become much better. Droids, we looked at some of this earlier. Your droids are great. You even have HK-47 at 7 stars, so you'll be ready for Darth Revan. You have BB-8, and you have 3PO at 7 star, which when I get to your Ewoks, I think you'll be able to get him, or yeah, at 5 star, I think you'll be able to get him to 7 star next time around. Get those Zetas on R2, and potentially a Zeta on BB-8, depending on how quickly you can get Jedi Training Rey. Empire, Palpatine, Vader, Thrawn, Tarkin. Best Empire there is right now. Death Trooper would be the next character I'd be farming. Then it would be Shore Trooper, probably. You don't have the Imperial Troopers farm much at all. But for where you're at in the game, I didn't have Imperial Troopers farmed at 1.8 million galactic power either. So no worries with that. But they are people you can put some resources into if you choose, because they are a good faction. They're not as good as they used to because people started throwing in Nest to Night Sister teams. Ewoks. Like I said, look at this. You have Chief Chirpa with a Zeta, Elder, Papalu, Scout, and Logray. This actually should be able to get you 3PO to 7 stars if you get them to gear 12, maybe get another Zeta somewhere. They're better than mine. I have a few of them gear 12, but I don't have Logray at 7 star yet. So well done with Ewoks. First Order, this is a faction that's neglected by a lot of people because it's just not very good. It's I know I'm going to be massacred for when I say that. A Kylo Ren double Zetaed or just single Zetaed with a Kylo Ren and Mass double or single Zetaed with a Kylo Ren with a Zeta with a First Order Executioner as a 3v3 team nightmare. I would be working on the original Kylo Ren and First Order Executioner, but they're way down your priority list because they're not important and they're not very good in the game right now. You have many, many, many other things to work on. Like I said, Galactic Republic, first and foremost. Here we go. We're looking at the Galactic Republic. Grandmaster Yoda is going to fit into this lineup somewhere, I'm guessing, with Ahsoka, General Kenobi, Anakin, please, Anakin, and I think you'll be good to go from there. We don't know what other characters are going to be added. We will have to see. But this is going to be, this and the Separatists are going to be the next dominant faction, and I'm trying to prepare you for that. Padme can already, there's been videos of her being able to take out Darth Revan teams, and I know you don't have her, but being ready for her and other Galactic Republic characters that are going to be added to the game, I think is going to be helpful. And Ahsoka, Kenobi, Anakin, that's why I'm saying farm Anakin. I hope Mace gets a rework as well, and there's a few new added. Geonosians, yeah, not important. Unless you're really focusing on getting Padme in the next 3 days. I didn't even use them. Again, not on your priority list for where you're at. Understandable. Imperial Troopers, we talked about. Again, the first one I would farm is Death Trooper because he's going to help you in a lot of aspects of the game. Jawa, really don't care even if you have one. You do have one at level 1 at 2 stars. Jedi, we looked at here, similar. I'm going to talk more about that when we get to the Old Republic. I talked about Night Sisters, okay? Getting Talzin and getting the rest of these characters to 7 stars and choosing which ones you want, as long as they include Zombie, to 7 stars, gear 12 is going to have a great lineup. Get a few Zetas and Asajj and Talzin, you're going to be great. Old Republic, this is what I was going to talk about. This is the next, kind of thing here, because we do want to get Darth Revan. So to do that, you are going to need to farm Karth and Juhani. So as you're farming Anakin Skywalker, and this is what I talked about, even if you're completely free to play, $5 here and there to get those extra crystals, slowly farm these 2 characters. It's going to be a few more months before Darth Revan comes out again, maybe 2 or 3. Slowly farm these characters to 7 stars so you can have them ready for them. But I would not put them at the top of your priority list right now. They're important. They're definitely in the top 5 of importance, probably in the top 3. But slowly farm them throughout the game to get them to 7 stars to help you get Darth Revan again and then Darth Malak when he comes, because that will be important. But not as important as the 3 that I've mentioned frequently, but definitely need to be farmable. Phoenix, for where you're at, obviously you got Thrawn. Well done. Sabine's not a bad character to take to 7 stars either. Rebels, you have CLS. You have R2. You have Han Solo, you have Chewie, you have Old Ben, Ezra as well. You can form an absolutely dominant Rebel squad if you get a Zeta on CLS and Raid Han. I would put that Zeta on Han Solo first. Chewie has a good Zeta as well. Once this loads here, his Loyal Friend, which is going to allow you to, one, when they give guard, they can't be critically hit. They're immune to stun and daze, but it's also going to heal by 3% health and protection when they're dealing damage. So your Rebel squad is set pretty well. Resistance, this is the one faction I said that you really need Jedi Training Rey. She's going to help you tremendously. So for the legendary character to focus on first would be Jedi Training Rey. And then I think she'll probably have her event come before Darth Revan comes. So slowly be working towards her and then Darth Revan. Rogue One, I saw you didn't have Jin or Chirrut or Baze. Or you have Chirrut, you don't have Jin or Baze, which is, again, they're not important for the game right now for where you're at with 1.8 million galactic power. Priorities, prioritization. Scoundrels, okay, this was another note that I had on here. One thing that's going to help you. Farm Nest to 3 stars. Just unlock Nest. Level her up. Put a Zeta on her if you have an extra one. She's going to help you throughout the game. Definitely going to help you in Grand Arena. So if you can farm Nest, get her to 3 stars. Even at 3 stars, obviously you'd want to slowly farm her up more, but you'd want to farm the Old Republic characters up first before that. Nest is somebody you should be working on. Again, I understand you have to pick and choose. Separatists, let's take a look here. Let's see. Get Dooku to level 85, 7 stars, please. He's going to get a rework, and then slowly work on the droids as you want to get Padme next time around, maybe 2 next times around, depending on where you're at. But not a priority for you. Sith, you have Palpatine, Vader. You have Bastila Fallen at 7 stars, which is excellent. You have Sion and Nihilus. They're not at 7 stars, but that's okay. Sith Trooper would be somebody you'd slowly probably want to work up on. Now let's check out the Sith Empire here, because you're going to need Bastila Shan, HK-47, and then we're going to go back to the Old Republic here. Canderous, Karth, and Juhani. Those are going to be the characters required for Darth Revan. No, I keep getting confused between Darth Malak and Darth Revan. Yes, get all the Old Republic characters leveled up to 7 stars, please, and then getting Sith Trooper up there is going to be very important as well, because then you'll be ready for Revan and Malak if you have them up there high enough. Smugglers, like I said, decent. Kira's a character you could level up, but otherwise, let's take a look at Tuscans. Don't have any unlocked, which is fine. So, your roster overall, it's going in the right directions. I mean, you have Jedi Knight Revan, which is pretty darn good for where you're at with 1.8 million galactic power. Get those Zetas on him. I'm going to recap with the most important things you need to do. You need to be farming Anakin Skywalker, Mother Talzin, and getting ready for Jedi Training Rey. You need to get the rest of the Zetas on Jedi Knight Revan, and then R2. And then that third, I said Raid Han. You can maybe pick and choose, put it on somebody else different. Slowly work on those characters to farm for Darth Revan, which is the Old Republic characters there. You have the Sith Empire characters. Work on Sith Trooper as well, because he's going to help in that lineup, because that's going to help you get Darth Revan and Darth Malak, obviously. So slowly work on those characters, and then have fun with the game. Most importantly, you really need to be farming mods better, bud. Yes, maybe for where you're at, those mods are decent, but I'm trying to take you to the next level. If you want mod advice, please direct message me on Discord. I haven't been on there nearly as much lately. I need to be on there more, but we really need to get working with you on your mods, because that's going, like I said, again, I'll say it again, it's going to take you to the next level. You're able to get one in ships, it looks like. You should be able to get up into the top 50 at least in Arena. And mods are a huge part of that, and those Zetas on Revan. So I hope I answered some of the questions you were looking for, gave you some of the key pointers. If I didn't, again, message me on Discord. Any of you that are watching this video, leave comments in the comment section. You know, I need to do about one of these a week. I don't like doing them. I'm going to be honest. I made that big spiel about doing all these roster reviews, and then it came to the place where so many people were so close to each other and the same that it's like, it's not worth to do everybody. So like I said, if you have Darth Revan, don't message me. But otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please smash the subscribe button, like the video, click the notification bell so you can be alerted to all videos that I post. Also, I'm leaving a link to my Discord server, Patreon page, and Twitter page in the description below. Make sure to check that out. And then again, for the 1,000 millionth time, leave comments in the comment section. Constructive criticism, video ideas, that's huge. And also, if you think there's a few things that Blackace should do different with his roster, or maybe some bad advice, leave them in there and we can go over them as well. Otherwise, again, I hope you enjoyed the video. Otherwise, peace out, and may the 4th be with you.